Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This is On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Welcome in. It is On the Block, short edition of the show. We're with you for 10, 15 minutes or so before more state basketball action. It's a thirsty Thursday, but we're not sipping. Kevin's gone. We got state basketball.
Who ain't sipping?
We ain't sipping, Stricky.
Stricky got the wine ready. I'm ready.
You're sipping?
I just didn't pull it out because we short, so I didn't pull it out.
We
but
appreciate
I'm sipping.
that. Stricky's sipping. I am not sipping, but that is all right. Nothing pairs better with a great bottle of wine or spirits from a Myers Corkin bottle than every type of meat or any type of cut from the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. 3 Lincoln locations, even one up in Strickville, USA, up in Omaha on 168th and Maple. I'm Austin. He's Strick. And since we don't have much time, Stricky, let's just jump into it. Big one. Almost unspeakably big one for Nebraska men's basketball. The fate of their season rests at an 11:30 tip-off for the Huskers against the Iowa Hawkeyes on Sunday. Will be senior night. More than a handful of Huskers getting honored in that one. Of course, I think that the first biggest part of this, Strick, is Nebraska's looking for revenge. So many times Iowa has ended Nebraska's season, whether it's been men's basketball or especially football, with Nebraska, looking to get to a bowl game for the first time in however long, squeak it out. Iowa has been that team that's put the dagger in Nebraska's heart, put the final nail in the coffin. They have a chance to do it again on the road here and in Lincoln, or Nebraska can flip the script. Nebraska can be the team that sends Iowa home from the Big Ten tournament, doesn't let them make the trip to Indianapolis, and there's no reason the Huskers shouldn't be motivated to do so.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You look at their last 5 games. Well, three of their. Well, the Washington game. Let me see. How many was it? I think it was what? 3 of their last. No, I'm tripping. 1, 2, 5. 4 of their last 5 games have been by less than a point. I mean, a
possession.
A possession.
Mm-hmm.
And that's got to be hurtful. 3 of those on the road. One of them with a double overtime, what they pretty much had in the bag. They could have put themselves in a really good situation. 2 at home. Yeah, man, it's now put up or shut up because it's in your hands. The ball is in your court at this point. There'll be no excuses whether you go or you go home. This is NCAA tournament in the regular season. Win or go home. And that's where it's at. You got a chance to do it. You owe them. You should have, they don't treat you right out there in Iowa City. Now you got a chance to get redemption and then send them home. So, hey, it's on you at this point. It's on you.
And it's only on you. And I think that's what Fred Hoiberg, his message to the team is that, take the refs out of it at Ohio State. Like you said, don't put it in their hands, right? It's on Nebraska to put together a 40-minute game, something it hasn't done. Really, Strick, I would argue that Nebraska hasn't played a full, consistent 40 minutes in the last month, since Sunday, the 2nd of February on the road at Oregon. There were lulls and there were dips for Nebraska, but the Huskers really controlled that game from like the U12 till the U4 the first half, and then pretty much the entire second half. The Huskers felt like they had the Ducks pretty much at arm's length. Then it was the furious comeback against Washington. Ohio State was back and forth. Nebraska trailed at home in that one. Maryland, not consistent, couple slips. Let Maryland take that one here at home. We know Northwestern wasn't a full 40 minutes. Penn State wasn't even about 10 minutes of game play. Michigan, okay, they maybe played better in terms of effort, but the result certainly wasn't there. Minnesota, you and I both witnessed that was bad. And then Ohio State came and went. Nebraska started slow again. If there's ever a time for Nebraska to put it all together, it has to be on Sunday against Iowa, a team that Nebraska absolutely owes. Let's not forget, Strick, in that first matchup, Nebraska got up by 15 points with 15 minutes to go. They're up 52-37 on the road at the 14:54 mark. Bryce Williams made a dunk. The Huskers didn't score another point for really not that long. It was about 2 minutes. They still led by 10 at that point. But you see Iowa already within 2 minutes cut 5 points off the deficit. This is a struggling Hawkeyes team. It's lost a couple players. It's not playing with the same confidence. But Strick, I was going to come to Lincoln knowing that what beats Nebraska ball movement in threes is what Iowa is successful at. Nebraska has to do a much better job at dictating tempo and pace of this game to not let Iowa beat it the same way it did the first time.
Well, what I'm seeing again, as you speak of that, what I'm seeing again out of Nebraska in their coverages, whether it be pick and roll, whether it be traps, they are, I hate to say this, Austin, but it really looks like false hustle. Let me explain what I'm saying. Like, a guy will drive baseline, right? All of their rotations are set. He's not driving. He's just kind of half going, getting you to come. And then what happens with Nebraska, instead of releasing back to rotation, square that guy up. That's what you're supposed to do. You lead him or guide him that way, but you don't just give just straight line drive. Or now once you get him to a spot and he pauses, you've got to retrace yourself. And okay, so if you're guiding and he's driving, but he's not really going hard to the basket where you need that trap, he's just kind of dribbling. Okay, you identify that, redirect yourself, cover him, and release. They are like going, and then the guy's dragging them out, and they're going with them. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? That's causing hard rotations, weak side, open shots, weak side. And if you let Iowa do that this game, it's going to be trouble for you. And so to me, it's fake. It's kind of, I hate to say that because I don't like to put that on anybody, but that's what it feels like to me when I'm watching it.
Let's pause 10 quick seconds for station ID. We'll wrap up on that and get you set for more basketball action from PBA.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
I'll jump off on that, Strick, and try to add a little bit to what you said. It sounds like you're kind of thinking that Nebraska's being basketball robots. I'm told that I'm supposed to influence them this way, and I'm told that if they get here, they're going to trap. So I'm going to let this happen so we get into the trap. The best defenses, though, Strick, don't have to rely on that, right? Especially if, to your point, the opposing player isn't driving with intent or with purpose. If he's just going, 3/4 speed, you should be a step ahead mentally and say, I know I want him to go there. He's going to play into my trap because I'm going to give him that first step or two. Then I'm going to be 1 or 2 steps quicker. I'm going to cut him off. So he thinks the trap is coming, but I'm going to get to my spot. I'm going to man up. I'm going to take him one-on-one. I'm going to do my job. Take that on me as an individual defender to not prevent or to prevent that skip pass in the long rotation for my teammate. Because right now, Nebraska is falling into other teams' traps by just going through the motion, sometimes with its defense, doing what the scheme calls for. Yeah. Other teams are familiar. They know what's coming. So they're baiting Nebraska into bringing that trap to hit that skip pass, where Nebraska needs to be that next step ahead of, hey, they know we trap. What's our adjustment? We bust our butt in front, get between our guy and the hoop again. They throw that skip. Oh, wait, now they have a free safety on the backside to take it the other way. Yeah, that's exactly right. There's another thing that I would throw at them if I was defensively coaching that game, right? It would be wrinkles that I would throw at them. I would do that, like what you said, cut off, but I send the help from the top side. Meaning, I'm letting you do this. I'm going to cut you. What is your natural progression for your counter? Spin. Mm-hmm. This time when you spin, you're not spinning to an open area. You're spinning to a player where I'm either going to possibly steal the ball, cause you to, that's not what you're expecting.
And now you're in disarray as to where you go with that ball, where that guy comes, I'm immediately gapping the next pass, having a guy center it at the nail for whichever, if he can get a skip, because I'm leaving the only skip pass is in the corner. But that skip pass from corner to corner is dangerous. It's hard. And if it gets there, it has to be with a lot of arc. Therefore, I can recover. That's how I would adjust, my defenses. And I would have that as an option for game plans, just to switch it up on people so that they're not just aware of what I'm trying to accomplish.
And I think the guys that you could really pull that off with, Strick, are Bryce Williams, Juwan Gary, Sam Hoiberg, Aaron Eulis, right? Guys that you don't expect that can jump those passing lanes that are kind of sneaky, right? Because that, I think, would be the point of this. They're looking baseline. That's where this trap always comes from. Their back is going to be turned. Their mind's not going to be on what essentially turns into a trail defender coming in to poke it away from behind or better. That'll be on Sunday at 11:30. Strick and I will break it down post-game for you here on The Ticket. We got to get him back to PBA, Stricky. They're warming the court up for the Huskers on Sunday. Thanks for popping on, partner. We'll talk again soon. Easy, Strick. I'm Austin. Big thanks to the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese for their sponsorship of On the Block. We'll be back with Old School after the next game. Also, don't forget to check out Myers Cork and Bottle on 13th and South Streets here in Lincoln. The Mercado and Myers Cork and Bottle pair perfectly. More high school girls state basketball action from Pinnacle Bank Arena in just a sec here on The Ticket.
Hey Stars fans, I'm goaltender William Prowse. Be here Saturday, March 8th, as we take on the Waterloo Blackhawks at 6:05 at the Icebox. We faced Waterloo each of the last 3 seasons in the playoffs, so we need you to cheer on the boys to give us a home ice advantage. Lock in your seats for the Stars versus the Blackhawks on March 8th by heading to LincolnStars.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks.